So I can't wait to hear what you have to say about this. Shady, who do you think the Steelers should bring back, Russ or Justin Fields?
Why'd you ask him this, bro? You know he is.
Seriously, we still ask this question after Russ took us to the playoffs?
The Steelers are still asking.
It's got to be Russ. The what?
The Steelers are still asking because they haven't committed to both either, nor both.
Well, why would before I get my take, I just want to ask, what would make me want to have Justin Fields back? What did I get out of that? Some field goals and some good runs and some highlights and some bad passes? Seriously, I'm being serious. Like, why? There's no team in the NFL, right? Like, seriously, we want him as a starter. For what? You get a rookie to do whatever he's doing. Be conservative, run the ball, and just let the quarterback make some plays, run them with his legs, and play good defense and punt and get field goals? You know what? This is what the Steelers should do. They should stop worrying about the quarterback position so much because Russ is still solid. Yeah. Get some offensive linemen. They don't block nobody. Run or block or pass. Running backs. Go out there and get some electrifying running backs, right? With some explosion, respectfully. Wide receivers. I need one more person other than George Pickens. And sometimes George Pickens is really, really good, but it's like sometimes he's hot, sometimes he's not. I need a guy that could I don't have to put all the attention on George Pickens. Another receiver that could stretch the field a little bit, do some different things. Mm-hmm. And then on the defense, can we get back to the Steelers' defense? That was our identity for years. Yes. Since I've been watching football, playing, and as a fan, the Steelers' defense has been the identity. Yo, we're tough. We stingy. We're not getting up no points. Every time I watch them now, it's touchdown this way, touchdown that way, run here, run here. Right? So before we talk about Russell Wilson, let's address all these other positions. And the Justin Fields thing, keep them both. Maybe he can be like, I don't know, wildcat quarterback. That's what everybody's going to use him to do.
Yeah.
Not like a real starter. I mean, that would be crazy.
Look, I was a big Fields proponent early in the year. He was 4-2 as a starter. And then as Russ started playing really well down the stretch, at the beginning, I was like, yeah, this makes complete sense. I even said you need to pay him because he was playing like a guy who had 2 or 3 years left, and he was playing at a really high level. Well, look back on it. Fields was 4-2 as a starter. Russell Wilson was 6-6 as a starter.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so look, that's in there. And then you look at the age. Russ is 36. Justin Fields is 26. And then the most important thing, and obviously I'm going toward they need to keep Fields, is the money.
Yeah.
Because let's be real, they need some help, exactly what Shay said, on the defense, specifically on the offensive line. They need help. If you sign Russ back, it's probably a 3-year, $100 to $120 million deal with 70 to 80 million guaranteed. So take that 80 million. Oh, yeah. Yes, because there's other teams out there that will sign him. If you get Justin Fields back, you get him for $5 to $10 million a year, max 2-year deal. Maybe $7 million. So 2-year 14, or you want a 2-year 80. Like, and you're pretty much getting the same results out of the two.
Yeah.
You're 4-2 and you're 6-6. And honestly, I think, I don't know this, I think that Arthur Smith, the offensive coordinator, I think he prefers Justin Fields because of his running ability. And look, I agree Russell's the better player, but you got to look at this from a pure monetary standpoint. Do you want to pay $80 million over 3 years, or do you want to pay $10 million over 2 years for a guy that gets you the same result? That's why I'm going Fields.
Can I butt in for
Absolutely, sir.
He's doing this illusion thing. So you said, say it again about the same results. You said Russell
4-2, 6-6.
Okay, so first of all, the teams that Fields played weren't that good. But we're going to talk about that. The Steelers defense, when Justin Fields was playing, they were the second in defense, right? That means they were the number 2 defense in the whole football. That's when they were getting turnovers. That's when they were stopping guys. That's when the games were 9 to 10 or something like that, right? When Russ had to take over the load, he was scoring touchdowns. Yeah. The problem was the defense was letting up touchdowns. If Russ would have had that same second defense in the league, the one Justin Fields had it, they win a lot of them games. And another thing is, when he went against some of them good quarterbacks, like you love to talk about, like Joe Burrow, them dudes, and Lamar and all that, he beat some of them guys. Fields wouldn't dare beat them dudes. You know why? Because he can't score. And my thing is this, James, and I'm going to let you go.
Yes, sir.
Do you want field goals or you want touchdowns? Because one quarterback only does field goals.
Yeah. I want touchdowns.
Other one scores touchdowns.
It's Russ for me, and it's very simple. When we all sitting down in here, hey, man, hey, fellas, who y'all want to keep, man? You know, this is what Russ does. This is what Fields does. Obviously, Fields a little better runner. All right, Russ better passer. Russ been to the Super Bowl, been to 2 of them, won one. What we want? Russ going to be a little bit more expensive. Fields going to be a little less. What we want, fellas?
This is a dumb
If you
question.
say Justin Fields,
You already know the answer.
If you say Justin Fields, you cool with just making the playoffs and getting out of there. If you want an opportunity to go and win a championship, then you bring back Russ. And the main reason why I say that, I'm not saying Russ with this roster. I'm saying you bring back Russ and you add pieces. Russell Wilson showed you last year he still has it. Russell Wilson went blow for blow with a lot of these quarterbacks in points that the defense was giving up a lot of points. He showed you he still could play. If you get another big-time receiver, like Shady said, if you get another running back, if you beef up that offensive line, if you help that offensive line, you have really good players on the defensive side of the ball to build around if you add a couple more pieces. The Steelers are not far away. If you sign Justin Fields, I feel like you're sitting here saying we're cool with making the playoffs. Because we all can sit up here and agree that Justin Fields is not taking them to a Super Bowl, correct?
Agreed.
Yeah.
But let me chime in.
I would agree with that.
Neither quarterback is taking them to a Super Bowl.
I would agree with that
Let's
too.
just be
But
honest.
one's been the two of them, though.
1,000%, 10 years ago. Neither quarterback is taking them to the Super Bowl. That's what I have come to the conclusion of. I don't disagree with what Shady and James are saying. I just think it's unrealistic, which is why I'm more so side where Chase is at. If you want, both the quarterbacks are bridge quarterbacks. Russ is better than Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Let's establish that right here, right now. And Russ is significantly better than Justin Fields. I'll even establish that right here, right now.
Yeah, thank you.
They're both bridge quarterbacks. Neither of them are taking you to the promised land. I was going to use this one analogy, but I said, wait, I have a brilliant businessman to my right who's a home builder. I assume, Shady, I won't put words in your mouth, stop me when I'm wrong, but I assume when you're building these different houses, these different complexes, if y'all aren't familiar with Shady's work, check out his social media. He does a lot in different inner cities. I assume when y'all are building these different complexes that you go in there with a budget.
Yeah,
and you go in there with the
true.
budget for each plot of land. And depending upon if you're over budget or under budget, then you can decide upon the interior. But the first thing you got to do is lay the foundation. And then if the foundation costs you more than you realize, all of a sudden you might not be able to get the marble floors you wanted to get because you spent too much money on the outside. My suggestion is this. Steelers, lay the foundation elsewhere. Offensive line, lay your
O-line.
foundation. Wide receiver, you need another one. Lay your foundation. Defensive line, interior-wise, you're getting a little bit older. Lay your foundation. And if you still got enough money, get Russ. But Russ, I agree with Chase, is probably going to cost $40 million. Justin Fields is going to cost 6 or 7. So, unfortunately, I'm not paying it. I'm not selling it.
This is the only spot for him.
I think he works for him because he knows he don't have a lot of
But
options.
here's what I'm
Raiders.
suggesting. $40 million isn't a lot of money. It sounds like it to us. $40 million would be, I think, the 20 or 21st highest paid
It's
quarterback in
lower
football.
in starter money.
Yeah, so $40 million isn't even a lot of money.
Think about it.
I'm simply suggesting, like, if you get Justin Fields this year would have won 9 or 10 games. Russell Wilson won 9 or 10 games. It would have looked different. Like Shady's saying,
I can't say that.
It would have looked different, but here's what I know. Russell Wilson lost the last 5 games of the year. I know Justin Fields can do that. I know Justin Fields can lose games. And Russ lost the last 5 games of the year. So all I'm suggesting is go get your foundation, and if you still got the money, you got the money.
So for all we know, and following this whole saga, right, they benched Justin Fields after 4-2, after a 4-2 start. Arthur Smith, the OC, he wanted Justin Fields to continue. You know who stepped in? Mike Tomlin. How did that end up? They lost 5 of the last games. And they ended up with a 6-6 record as Russ.
Russ, though.
I'm just saying.
It wasn't all Russ, but James, I mean,
There was a
34,
couple.
they was giving up 34
I
points
agree.
a game.
I agree, but
agree.
there were also a couple red zone turnovers that lost them the game. That Chiefs game, there was 2 red zone turnovers.
Remember the
specifically.
Ravens game, there was a pick 6 that went the other way to Marlon Humphrey. There was also the fumble when he was going in. Again,
Wait,
we
all
agree
right,
with y'all.
No. Wait, is Justin Fields trash or not? I'm done playing this game. Is he trash or is he not trash?
He's not as good as Russ.
Is he trash?
He's not.
He's one of the worst quarterbacks in football. Is he not?
He's not.
Is he not? I watched Russ. I was looking for. I have enough time. I was looking for like the teams that Russ beat and the guys that Justin Fields beat. Right? I watched him go toe-to-toe, head-to-head with Joe Burrow. They put up like 30-something points, something like that. I watched Russ ball out.
Yeah.
Fields could never do that, ever. Yeah. I watched him go out there and beat Lamar. Did he not do that?
Yeah, he did.
I know Fields could never do that. I watched NFC Commanders. I watched Russ beat them.
Yeah.
Fields could never do that. I hate when we get up here. Right? And I don't know if it's for TV's sake or whatever it is, right? But we talk about players when we know they're not that good, and we act like they are. Nobody would separate and say Justin Fields is good. If you was in that locker room, because I play offense, and you in that locker room, but he my quarterback, and they ask me this question, I look at the coordinator like, man, what you think, coordinator? Who you want? Why would I want Justin Fields to be my quarterback? How we going to win with him?
It's
What are you talking about? It sounds crazy.
It's so much more than that. If you feel like your defense can play like they did early in the year,
that's hope. Stop
you
there.
go
Stop.
with
Hold.
Fields.
See, that's what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying?
Which is all we've known.
You gotta
though.
have so many different things for Justin Fields. You gotta have this great defense.
There's also a salary cap. There's also
They were 4-2, right? They were 4-2 with Justin Fields as a starter. At that time when they were playing, they were the number 2 defense in football.
Yeah.
Things changed, okay?
None of the players changed on defense. It's like, what happened? You know what I mean?
That ain't all right.
Yeah.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying. Like, of course, their defense played bad.
I mean, they played real bad.
Yeah, I agree.
So
there's
if Justin Fields is the quarterback there, Chase, you're the quarterback here. You're the quarterback, right? You know more than we all about quarterbacks. If Justin Fields is the quarterback when the defense was bad, they get smoked and blown out, correct?
Probably.
If
Yeah,
you
but
last
they
thing,
were still getting smoked.
But they were still getting smoked and blown out.
But he's putting points up. Look, real quick, we had George Pickens on the show, right? He came on the facility, we talked to him, and I say, George, you know, a lot of people say how great you are as a receiver, how much talent you have, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But we can't see it, right? Why we can't see it? And he said, well, the situation, you know, it hasn't been presented to me to show it. Okay, fast forward. Then Russ becomes the starter. He all happy, smiling, and we see how good he is. As an offensive player, you set back your team if you start Justin Fields. He's not a good quarterback.
I'm not disagreeing, but at the same time,
y'all love bad quarterbacks.
No, from a team building aspect, Acho has a point. Like, there's a salary cap. You have certain points on your team: offensive line, interior defensive line, number 2 receiver that you need to fill. There's only so much money to go around.
So draft the quarterback then. Because whoever, I mean, Justin Fields is like who? It's the same thing.
But you can pay Justin Fields rookie quarterback money. Like, here's what I think. Here's what I want you to understand.
What's the goal?
We don't think that Justin Fields is a Super Bowl winning Q25. Nobody's saying that. I don't even think Justin Fields is a great Q. I don't know if he's a good Q. I don't even know if he's an average Q.
Go.
But here's what I'm saying is, you can take his money and build an elite roster.
So really
that's
quick,
all I'm suggesting.
So really quick. Because you're saying Russ ain't been to the Super Bowl in 10 years.
Correct.
Right? And it's a bunch of quarterbacks that we believe in the National Football League that ain't even sniffed it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, like...
Who?
I'm just saying
you believe in.
You have the Lamars, you have the Joshes, you have quarterbacks in the
Josh
National...
has sniffed it. Josh has sniffed it.
He ain't been to the game, dog. Russ been to 2 of them games.
Hey, AFC Championship game is sniffing the Super Bowl, though.
Okay, well, Russ been to 2 of them and won 1. All right? When you watch Russell Wilson play the game of football last year, can Russ still play?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
okay.
Of course.
We're watching Jalen Hurts and Russell Wilson really do the same stuff right now. Jalen Hurts is better with his legs than
1,000%. Yep.
But the way they're winning games is what?
The team around him.
Defense and run game.
Yep.
So all I'm saying is we know that Russell Wilson's a better quarterback than Fields. Mm-hmm. All right?
Agreed.
So let's talk to him because we know you don't want to go to the Las Vegas Raiders and rebuild because you don't really got time to rebuild, Russell Wilson. You got time to try to go chase 1 or 2 more of these Super Bowls, at least get to that game. Right? We have the foundation pieces on defense, pass rushers, linebackers. We have that. Let's go get a run game. Let's go get some offensive linemen and another wideout, and let's go try to compete and get to this game.
But James, don't you think it's this? To me, it's this, and I'm done with it as well with Shady. To me, it is easier to go get all of those things when you're paying your quarterback $6 million than it is to go get all of those things when, let's make it $10 million. Let's be respectful. It's easier to get all of those things when you're paying Justin Fields $10 million than it is when you're paying Russell Wilson $35 million. Let's be lenient. It's just easier to do that. Running backs gonna want their money right now. So if you want to go get that running back, it's just easier to do. My last thought is, I don't think Russ nor Fields is getting you to the Super Bowl.
See, I disagree with that because I think Russ with the right pieces, the way he played and showed you he can play, I think he can get you to that game.
What pieces? Because
I don't think Russell Wilson continues to make the mistakes of fumbling the Baltimore. I think he makes those plays. Like, Russell Wilson played really good football, and if you get pieces around him, I think this team can be really good.
I get it, and I don't disagree with you, but what money do you have to go around for those pieces? If you pay Russell Wilson 5 times the amount of money
I'm not agreeing
you would
with y'all
pay
on that
Justin Fields the money.
How much you think you got to pay Russ?
That's a real thing, though.
I'm thinking Russell Wilson gets 2 years, 60. You get $30 million a year.
Even that, you pay Justin 5, that's 6 times the amount.
This is all I'm saying. If we pay Justin Fields 5 and we build all these pieces around him, in my humble opinion, with all due respect, You know what we're going to be saying about the Steelers, what they need?
Quarterback.
Thank you. So get your quarterback 2 years, $60 million, and go build around him, and you have a quarterback to help you.
And another thing about the Steelers, real quick, they draft really, really well.
Quarterback.
And they develop their players. No, we're talking about getting a quarterback and then drafting some of your players. But real quick, though, I don't know what it is on this show. We'll go hard at Lamar Jackson for not getting it done, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Stafford, Aaron Rodgers. But in the real weak quarterbacks, we do not come at them. Like, Sam Darnold, we find a way to just make it cool for him. Justin Fields
a good story
is
this year.
awful. And we never, it's like we protected what is it?
We're not saying he's good.
We're saying
You said he would start on an NFL team, but we know nobody wants to do that.
I don't know if Justin Fields will start on an NFL
He shouldn't. He should never start ever again.
I said keep him over Russ.
That's crazy, but like I don't. Chase. Before we leave, this me and you have gotten it. We right here. We still right here because you got this issue. Tell me what it is.
That tells me how low our friendship is.
No.
I thought it was deeper
we're
than
close.
that. I thought it was deeper.
Anyway, just tell us before we leave. Me and America, we need to know. Why do you're hard on some of these really good quarterbacks that's really, really, really good that everybody knows they're good?
Yeah.
Like everybody, the team knows, the fans know, like people buy their jerseys, they make all pros and Pro Bowls, and the guys that don't do nothing like that, you like talk about them like they're good.
The guys you just said and mentioned, Lamar, Josh,
The good ones.
Patrick, the good
Right.
ones, they have very high expectations. Justin has no expectations because I don't think he's reached his ceiling yet. Not saying he's a good quarterback. I'm just saying. The other guys you talked about have very high expectations. You are allowed to talk about like middle to lower tier level guys
I'm saying,
that I think could play well given the right circumstance and the right offense.
So if you're bad, if you're good, you should talk about them like they're good, right? And if you're bad,
we do though.
Why you?
We talk about Lamar and Josh and
You
Patty
talk about Justin Fields and Sam Darnold like
Baker
these dudes
Mayfield.
and Baker Mayfield.
I like
These dudes
Baker.
are stars.
Baker
These
has been
dudes
to
is
the playoffs
regular.
in back-to-back years.
What up, YouTube family? Welcome to the facility. Thanks for watching, and you better be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more highlights from the show and all of our exclusive content.